Local homeowners in Fresno fall victim to scammers on Zillow that are trying to sell their home. I'm Emma Ott. Stay tuned for an exclusive interview with the owner only on MyTV 53 News at 8.
It was a big night at NAS Lemoore. Hundreds of soldiers returned home after a month-long deployment. I'm Raquel Regalado with the story coming up.
Also today, the city of Fresno raising the Armenian flag at City Hall in honor of Armenian Genocide Remembrance Day. Those stories and more coming up next.
New, local, unique. MyTV 53 News at 8 starts right now.
All right, good evening. Welcome to the San Joaquin Valley's only 8 p.m. news. I am Austin Reed. Hope you had a great weekend. It's now Monday, April the 24th. Well, our big story tonight is in Fresno, where a scam involving Zillow is circulating with one Northwest Fresno homeowner. Only from MyTV 53, reporter Emma Ott caught up with the homeowners who are impacted by this. Emma is in our news center with all of the details. Emma, what's going on here?
Hi, Austin. Yeah, so a couple in West Fresno came to the shocking discovery last Saturday that their house was up for sale, only they aren't selling or planning on moving out anytime soon. Turns out a fraudulent listing has been made for their home to lure buyers into giving up money and information. The homeowner, Joanne, said her house was listed on Zillow for $22,000 and came with a bunch of stipulations in the description, some of which included that the home buyers may not have any second-party representation, such as a realtor or attorney. It also warned potential buyers to not contact the tenants under any circumstances.
We received a text from the people who used to own this house, who we are still friends with, who said, "Oh, my friend just texted me and said, the house is for sale on Zillow. Where are you guys headed?" And it's like, well, we're not going anywhere. We love this house. You know, we're going to be buried here.
Well, now we know why. The Zillow scammers were also asking for a deposit of $2,000 by Zelle or Venmo before they would be allowed to view the property on May 5th.
I mean, I hope the night of the 4th and May 5th are really, really quiet and boring.
Yeah.
Like that nobody's here.
Yeah.
But I also feel like I need to be cautious.
Prepared.
Yeah.
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 Joanne said the following day, Sunday, people started showing up at her door interested in buying her home that was, well, not for sale. Her worry is that someone will have paid the deposit thinking they were supposed to be moving into her home, only to find out they have been lied to.
They had to review the contract, and then they needed to Zelle $2,000 to this account, and that please, under no circumstances do you disturb the tenants. They are moving out on May 4th, but I will be available to do a walkthrough. I, meaning the property manager that was on this fraudulent Zillow listing, to do a walkthrough on May 5th. If you don't like the house, your $2,000 is fully refundable.
The homeowners have since reported the listing to Zillow to have it taken down and filed a police report.
So then we were kind of very freaked out. And this gal was, like I said, really nice, forwarded us the contract. We looked at the Zillow listing and we were kind of horrified and really disturbed because of the fact that I don't know if there are people who had seen this who didn't know that this was a scam and they were going to be submitting their $2,000.
Yeah.
Now, this would be a good time to check Zillow and see if your house is up for sale. I'm Emma Ott, and I will be keeping you updated on this developing story only on MyTV 53 News at 8.
What a story, Emma. Thank you so much for getting the word out about this. Staying with homes tonight, by the way, the city of Fresno currently has 88 real homes for sale to choose from. Between February 2023 and March 2023, Fresno's real estate market has actually seen a decrease in the number of listings by 17%. In March 2023, the median list price was a little over $357,000, and the average listing age was 71 days. In Bakersfield, for our viewers on KNXT, number of homes for sale in the Bakersfield real estate market have reached 147. The number of listings in Bakersfield decreased by 7.5% between February of 2023 and March. In March 2023, listings were on the market for about 97 days. During the same period, the median list price in this real estate market was $375,000. Speaking of scams, new tonight, but staying in Kern County for our viewers watching on KNXT, the Kern County Sheriff's Office would like to warn the public about this new phone scam targeting individuals across the county. At this time, residents are reporting to the Sheriff's Office that they are receiving phone calls from someone claiming to be Sergeant Newell and is either asking for payment for missing jury duty or for information regarding a case. The caller is asking for electronic payment. This, of course, is a scam. Also new tonight, we have one more scam to tell you about. This one is in Reedley. The Reedley Police Department reported locating a skimming device on the Bank of America ATM in the 900 block of G Street earlier today. Now, if you have used the ATM over the past several days, do check your accounts and report any suspicious activity. A skimming device, by the way, is an illegal device placed by thieves atop or over a retailer's card swiping machine at gas stations, retail outlets, and even bank ATMs to copy card information as customers are swiping it. Criminals then use the information obtained to make fake cards and drain those customers' accounts. Turning to news in the South Valley, new tonight from the Visalia Police Department. Just before 11 o'clock last night, VPD officers were called to the 1200 block of North Park for a report of a shooting. When officers arrived, they found a man who had been shot. The victim was transported to Kaweah Delta Medical Center, where he was later pronounced dead. The Violent Crimes Unit has taken over the investigation. Anyone with information in this case is urged to contact Visalia PD. Also new tonight from Visalia PD, after conducting a thorough investigation into a shooting threat at Redwood High School, police detectives in Visalia with the Violent Crimes Unit and Youth Services Unit has identified a 16-year-old boy as the suspect. A search warrant was served at the suspect's home, where he was taken into custody today. He was booked into the Juvenile Hall Detention Facility for criminal threats and making a false report of an emergency. Police say they are aware of a new threat going around on social media. Detectives have already began an investigation. There will be an increased law enforcement presence throughout all Visalia School District campuses for the rest of this week. We have a traffic alert for drivers tonight. This impacts parts of Mariposa and Madera County. A portion of State Route 41 starting in Mariposa County will be under a one-way traffic control starting this week for repair work. The unmanned traffic control is set to begin Tuesday, so tomorrow, near the community of Fish Camp. Since this will be unmanned, motorists will need to abide by traffic signals and wait until their lane of traffic has been given clearance. The one-way traffic control will be in effect 24 hours a day. Back in Fresno, we have a new video out tonight from our partners at Stillwell News. This happened overnight on the south side of Tulare Avenue between Peach and Clovis in Fresno. At around 1:10 this morning, either a van or SUV caught on fire. When firefighters opened the door of a neighboring car, smoke came out pouring out of that vehicle as well. No word just yet if anybody was seriously hurt. We have more new video for you tonight from the Fresno County Sheriff's Office. On Thursday afternoon of last week, firefighters with the Fresno Fire Department rescued 2 people and a dog who were actually in an inflatable kayak and got themselves into a very dangerous situation. This happened on the San Joaquin River. As the kayakers drifted downstream, officials say they collided with trees which popped their kayak. They were able to call 911 for help. Fresno County Sheriff's deputies and Fresno firefighters responded to safely get them off the river. Deputies actually issued the two people citations for illegally accessing the river. In response to heavy winter storms creating high water levels and hazardous conditions on the Kings and San Joaquin rivers, the Fresno County Sheriff's Office issued a full closure of these rivers to recreational users back on March 14th. It's still in effect. Now, this infraction comes with a minimum fine of $225. Heading to Lemoore now, new tonight. It was a very special night this weekend at NAS Lemoore. Reporter Raquel Regalado explains. She's in our newsroom.
On Sunday night at NAS Lemoore, family, friends, and loved ones were so excited to officially welcome home VFA 86 Sidewinders and VFA 136 Nighthawks. The soldiers returned after a more than 8 months long deployment. The men and women strike fighter squadrons were on board the USS George H.W. Bush, which departed back in August of 2022.
There's two more planes to unload. This is the first plane. There were 3 planes. There are a lot more people still waiting.
By the way, the Nighthawks was established back in 1985 and the Sidewinders was established back in 1950. Reporting in the newsroom, I'm Raquel Regalado for MyTV 53 News at 8.
As a father of twins, I just love seeing those kids so excited to see their dad. Raquel, thank you so much for that. It is Monday night. Happy New Week. The news at 8, though, is just getting started. Still to come, we are introducing you to this character. He's a Fresno County native. His name is Mr. Eco Hero, who helped kids celebrate Earth Day this year. And later, a press briefing was held today with an update on the Tulare flood basin situation, as officials are worried about our next chance for major flooding. And today felt like spring, but in just a few days from now, is it going to continue that way? We've got your full weather forecast. New, local, unique, this is MyTV 53 News at 8, and we are back in a little over 2 minutes.
This is MyTV 53 News. New, local, unique with Austin Reed. You're watching MyTV 53 News at 8.
Thanks for staying with us on this 24th of April. New tonight from the Fresno Unified School District, Sunnyside High School breaking ground earlier this morning on a new medical pathway building. The new 12,900 square foot facility will feature state-of-the-art classrooms and labs for the health sciences pathway, providing more opportunities for students to join and excel in the exciting field. With expanded space for industry standard equipment, the district tonight says students will be better prepared than ever to succeed in their careers and college studies. Today, the city of Fresno was proud to raise the Armenian flag at City Hall in honor of Armenian Genocide Remembrance Day. We spoke with a prominent Armenian business owner, Dr. Dennis Shamlian, who owns an emergency dental business in North Fresno, among a number of other businesses. He tells us why this day is important to him and his community.
Well, the Remembrance Day to us is the fact that I'm here is because my grandparents were killed in the Armenian genocide, and the families came over from Marash and came over from Marzipan to Fresno in the 20s, and as such, I'm here. We are survivors, but unfortunately at this time there's still the genocide continuing, with Nagorno-Karabakh, with the Azeris blocking the only road in and out and basically starving the people. There's 120,000 people in Nagorno-Karabakh, which has historically been part of Armenia. And we're trying to get attention to our government officials to do something about that. It's very emotional to me because to realize that in 1915, 1.5 million Armenians were massacred.
Staying in Fresno to celebrate Earth Day, which was on Saturday this past weekend, the County of Fresno wants to introduce you to a local musician making a significant impact in our community. Fresno County native Brett Mr. Eco Edwards is an environmentalist, educator, YouTuber, and philanthropist. He is the creator of the Eco Hero Show, which has performed assemblies for over 2,000 schools in 7 countries and reached over 1 million students.
My name is Brett, Mr. Eco Edwards, and I combine my passions for hip-hop and sustainability to create an environmental rap superhero that uses music to educate and empower students to become eco-heroes who know that they can change the world. I had an AP environmental science teacher, Mr. Merigian, at my high school who really inspired me. And I knew then I wanted to do something to help, but I didn't know what exactly until I went to college. I was like, hey, I rap, I care about this, why don't I combine the two? And then I made my first song, a parody to Power by Kanye West. Life out. I filmed a music video for $100 and just made it happen. And here we are. Nuts that I've been doing it for 10 years, so I have had the kids that reach out to me years later like, hey, you really sparked an interest in me when I was in elementary school. And that's really what I'm trying to do. There's a quote from Tupac that's, I may not change the world, but I will spark the brain that does. And that's kind of the philosophy that I have. The biggest thing that kids can do every day with their families, I think, is not waste food. It takes so many resources to grow this food, transport it around the world, get it to us. Not wasting food is something that I think can make the biggest impact on climate change. I love doing it. I love performing. I love creating the content and making the music videos.
My TV 53 News continues with the Valley's local forecast. Connect with Austin on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Follow, like, share at Austin Reed On Air.
All right, welcome back. Here's a scary situation. An American Airlines flight returned to John Glenn Columbus International Airport in Ohio yesterday after a bird strike started an engine fire. This happened Sunday morning, according to officials. Flight 1958, originally headed for Phoenix, Arizona, struck a bird at around 8 a.m., sparking an engine fire that could be seen on the plane's wing. A video shared by a passenger showing the flames shooting from the plane's engine while it is still in flight. Thankfully, no injuries were reported. Back in California, but on Saturday, spectators at Disneyland's popular Fantasmic show getting a shock this weekend when the feature's fire-breathing animatronic dragon suddenly burst into flames. No injuries were reported here following the blaze. This happened Saturday night at the Southern California theme park. According to the Anaheim Fire Department, the show was stopped almost immediately. And we are back in storm mode. This afternoon, MyTV 53 News at 8 attended a press briefing with a number of officials from all across the state. But it was about the Tulare Basin flood response update. Officials from Cal OES, Department of Water Resources, Sustainable Groundwater Management Office, the State Water Project, and a state climatologist all presented and asked questions from the media. Here are some big takeaways from today's update.
Our goal right now, why the sun is outside, why before the water comes down the mountain, is to take early, proactive steps to really mitigate against the runoff from this historic snowpack. Our state is working closely with local county officials in Kings, Kern, Tulare, and Fresno counties, which are certainly the area of concern.
Fresno Irrigation District has been the first one to take advantage of this. I think they're going to be operational today, and we're looking. We've had a great outreach from other agencies who are looking to take advantage of this. So it's really part of our coordination effort to help assist local agencies on their flood diversions.
Officials are encouraging residents impacted by this past winter's flooding to sign up for emergency alerts as soon as possible. And again, looks like May will be the worst time for this next round of flooding. So we're only about a week away. We've got a final word for you. Clovis Rodeo Week starting today. We've got that story next in prime time. Couple final stories before we say goodnight. It is that time of year again. Clovis Rodeo Week kicked off today. Get into the rodeo spirit, by the way, by grabbing a new free limited edition sticker at the Tarpey Depot from April 26th through April 30th. Meanwhile, the first day of the annual Clovis Rodeo Blood Drive off to a great start. Officials from the Central California Blood Center were out at the Clovis Rodeo Hall today. They're going to be back tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. All donors this year will receive a free rodeo-themed t-shirt while supplies last and be entered to win various prizes. Let's get a final look at your forecast from Fresno to Bakersfield. Look at that warm up by really the end of the week and then into this coming weekend. So enjoy the 80s for the next couple of days. Overnight lows, by the way, in the upper 50s, low 60s. And that's going to do it for the news on this Monday. I'm Austin Reed, hoping your news is good news. We'll see you again tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Good night.